going on YouTube, what's going on Facebook, Twitter, and all those other good joints. Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. That's right. Somebody said, Kevin's Corner, let's go. That's right. That's what I intend to do. Warm it up, Kev. I'm about to warm it up, Kev. That's what I was born to do. Some of them try to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like me. What? Now, if this is your first time joining this show, please hit the like button, share my videos, and if it ain't your first time, do the same thing. All right? You guys that's been here for a while, y'all already know what I'm about to say. For example, let me go ahead and get this out the way. This number right here, 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that, I'll put you in my little text chain. So this way, if something strange take place in my neighborhood, I'll be able to text y'all and let y'all know what's going on when it comes down to YouTube and these platforms. Also, don't forget, check out my corner store, which that's a way that you can support the channel. And then finally, I do a monthly fundraiser, which the link is right below this video. And you can support the channel that way as well. So everybody said that's good. Okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can see me. Let's go ahead and get busy then. Got to get loose. Yeah, because we up against some dark forces, man. What? Like real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. This what is in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Now I see people checking in from South Florida, probably from all over the place. You know, I appreciate when y'all let me know where y'all from. Oh, and don't forget, if you're from out the country and, you know, you're from some place that I don't have any ears on the street, can't just make a phone call to a friend, you know, over in Europe or in Africa or wherever, you know, if you watch the channel from one of those countries, please let me know. If you're on social media, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, befriend me, let me know who you are. Then this way, if I got some questions about what's happening over there in your area, I can just ask and be like, all right, everybody, the reports are coming in and my sources say, I got to broaden my sources. And honestly, those that watch the show consistently and you live in other states, it's always good to know where you're from as well, because I might have the same situation where I'm like, yo, anybody from this area? Somebody said, sending love from Pittsburgh. I was just up there today. Man, y'all got so many hills in Pittsburgh. No wonder everybody's calves is big in Pittsburgh. Y'all have any flat land? It's unbelievable. Yeah, we be over there throwing up some drywall, dropping off drywall and stuff like that over in Pittsburgh. And I'm sitting there like, geez, is there any flat? Every 5 seconds, I'm going up or down the hill. Unreal. But I love myself some Pittsburgh. Everybody was still rocking that Pittsburgh Steelers gear. And I was like, yeah, can't wait till the season start. Now, with that being said, we got to get into what's going on around the country. Let me think. Did I miss anything on my my intro? No, I think I got everything. It's time to go ahead and jump into this. Because, see, right about now, y'all, if you are living in another country, you might want to stay there. Because right about now, North America is turning into a banana republic. That's right. We used to be a republic. But all of a sudden, this guy right here, he became somehow magically the president. And of course, we've seen some changes start to take place in our country that concerns many people. And, you know, the funny part is the concerns that have fallen upon conservatives and just common sense people in America are the same concerns that the fake news is saying we should have about Trump. Isn't that crazy? I'm sitting here going, now, wait a minute. I thought we was the victims. I thought we was the ones that saying they spying on conservatives and they making sure that they, you know, monitor if we're purchasing weapons, if we're going and shop at certain stores, if we're buying Bibles, you know, all this stuff. I thought we were the ones that were suffering that persecution. I thought we were the ones that the DOJ and the FBI were snooping around online trying to find out what we was talking about. I thought we was the ones that were suffering from that. But apparently they're trying to say that if y'all don't reelect this banana right here, see, that guy, he probably thinks that's a real phone. See, that's the funny part about that. Hello, I can't get any. You know what? I'm going to eat this phone because it smells like a banana. Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, He got in office, and of course, now we're starting to see the benefits. And I ain't talking about good ones. The benefits of a Biden presidency when it comes down to all these anomalies that started to take place these last several years. And I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, hold on. Wait, they listen, they watching Christians? They showing up at Catholic? Wait a minute, hold on, they busting in folks' houses? Are you kidding me? What's up with all these IRS people they want to hire with guns? I mean, I don't know. Sound like we're heading straight towards a banana republic. Yep. Now, hopefully, the people who are trying to take us there will slip on their own banana peels eventually. But on their way, they're doing everything they can to stop what's coming, which I'm talking about is Trump. They can't stand that man. He's the only thing standing between them and tyranny, and they can't stand it. So they have laid many, many traps, and one of them that just gets up under my skin. I was watching this clip today, and it made me want to throw up a little in my mouth. No, forget it. Fully throw up. I'm talking about in the middle of the street with the cat back. That type of throw up. And you'll see what I'm talking about here, because we all see what's going on with Fat Fanny. We all know what's going on with Bragg. We all know what's going on with Dango and what's the other one, Jack in the Box. But Queen Latifah up there in New York is getting on my nerves. She needs the fat, phony Fanny treatment. Somebody needs to expose this chick. But here we go, because apparently Trump has until Monday to come up with 400 and I think maybe 50 something million dollars or something, or they're going to seize his assets. Now, the funny part is this is such an important election coming up. And Trump is so key to this election that if I was super, super duper rich, I mean, I can't even say how much money I would give to him. If I was sitting on, 100 million, it's worth the investment. If I'm sitting there going, I got 50 million left. If I give him 50, I would give him a whole heap of money to keep him out of this mess, because I see what they're doing. All I would ask is, Trump, when you get back on your feet, can you get me straight again? You get me back? Okay, cool. Well, I got you then. I got you. It's worth it when it comes down to what they're doing to him and how they're trying to stop him on so many levels. And yet trying to look us in the face and tell us that they're doing justice. And they're fighting against tyranny. They're trying to save our republic. And no, these aren't personal attacks. So let's get into Trump and his woes, because somebody actually came out and had something to say about it who ain't really a Trump supporter, but ticked off the liberal media. Let's see. Here we go. I think we're going to maybe MSNBC with this one.
We are prepared to make sure that the judgment is paid.
There she is. There's Queen Latifah right there. With that Sharpay face right there. Boy, I tell you, tender to the eye. Not even a face a mother can love. So let's go ahead and see what she's lying about.
New Yorkers. And yes, I look at 40 Wall Street each and every day.
Why would you say that? You nasty thing, you. You circus tent wearing, big cankles having, big nose rocking, Queen Latifah got the nerve to be talking about, and yes, I look at why are you eyeballing? I mean, this is so blatantly obvious that this is all designed to embarrass Trump, to take his legacy away from him, his empire that he's built. This is being stuck up without a pistol. This right here is extortion by the government. I cannot believe one person in New York they've given all this power to. It's crazy. And nobody can have checks and balances with her. All of these states, all of these politicians, all of these governors, all of these attorneys, all of these judges are watching this in New York, and they are just powerless. It's almost like she's way above the president. I mean, she got that much authority where she could just come in and lay down something like, okay, I know you're really not guilty. I know that I was all over the internets multiple times talking about how I was going to get you if I got elected. And that's exactly what I did. But you know what? I don't need to recuse myself from this. I don't need to explain to y'all why I went out saying that I would do this, and then I did it, and then got the nerve to lie to y'all and say it's not personal. It's not personal. But yet you're posting stuff on, X, bragging about how much money Trump got to pay. You're up here talking about you eyeballing his Trump Tower. You didn't build one thing in New York. You did nothing but tear stuff down. You didn't lay one brick. You didn't employ one of these workers. And here your nasty butt is eyeballing another man's labor and talking about some, yes, I eyeball this every day. She's one of the most evil people right now that's circulating around the left. So let's go ahead and see what the media is talking about, because Laquifa is talking about she gonna go after his assets. So I think Monday he got a chance to come up with the money. If he don't, now $464 million. Whatever happened to cash out bail? Well, you know what? Everybody, the bail is racist, and we shouldn't have any bail. That people should be able to. So you're letting criminals out without bail. You're doing all of that, but now all of a sudden Trump got to pay this mess just to appeal. So what I mean is a banana peel. That's what that is. A straight up banana peel. BananaRepublic. So to appeal, we got to go through a banana peel. So let's go ahead and see what's the word on the street about Trump getting his money.
If he does not have funds to pay off the judgment, then we will seek, judgment enforcement mechanisms in court. And we will ask the judge to seize his assets.
Now, this is what she really wanted. They set that price at that amount so that it would be hard for Trump to come up with that type of money that quickly. They did that on purpose. See, no explanation of how they came to that amount. Just reached up in the sky, pulled a number out. This is what BananaRepublics do. They don't have to explain to you or justify why they're doing stuff, man. They just go ahead and say, today, the color is red. I wouldn't be caught dead in red. Yeah, they come out like the Wiz off of The Wizard of Oz. I wouldn't be seen in green. All of that mess, and just change the color right on the spot. Joe Biden, same way. Yeah. You know what? If y'all don't, if you got more than 100 employees, you're gonna have to, make your employees get vaccinated. How'd you come up with that number? I don't have to tell y'all. It ain't based on science. It's based on control. It's based on me showing y'all that I can do whatever I want with little to no explanation, no justification, and we expect y'all to go ahead and do it. And if you whine about it a little too much, especially when COVID was in fashion, we'll go ahead and stick the FBI and the DOJ on you. We'll go ahead and implore all of our partnerships with big tech to shut you down, censor you, remove your channels, destroy your income. That right there is straight up BananaRepublic tactics. And here this big head, big body, big cankles chick right here is talking about how she want to get her hands on Trump Tower. An iconic tower. This man is a pioneer for New York, and this raggedy bum is trying to destroy him. So they set the price way up there, knowing that he probably won't be able to come up with this money. Then we can really get him. We ain't gonna even give him time. Is that even rational? If you go to court for a traffic ticket and they're like, that court fine is $200, how long do you need to pay it? If you're sitting there in court and you say, man, I need about a month maybe. All right, the bailiff, they're usually fair. They're not trying to break you. They're trying to work with you a little bit. This right here is obvious. It's vindictive. It's malicious. It's on purpose. And this chick, they set that price, her and the judge. So I didn't want a jury. Yeah, but her and the judge set that price so high that they knew that there's a high probability Trump won't be able to get this money in time. Then we can just bankrupt him, take all his stuff. Now, I'm praying to God. And it's sad because I'm saying to myself, I wish I could do something in regards to this. This makes you so mad. Trump has the support of the people, the heart of the people. But when you're talking about that much money, even with donations, it's hard to raise in this short amount of time. And they did it on purpose.
Okay, here we are. We'll ask the judge to seize his assets. I look at 40 Wall Street every day. The day that this all comes due is Monday. 40 Wall Street is one of his most valuable properties in New York at $270 million estimated. And you can go down all of the others that he owns part of, and you can see all the prices there.
Now, see, the people from New York should be livid. Not just mad at her because she is implementing a Banana Republic style government up there, but they should be mad because of all the things Trump has done for New York. I mean, it's crazy that so many New Yorkers have sold Trump out. He used to be iconic. They used to love Trump. But now all of a sudden, all it took was a whole bunch of fake news, whole bunch of lying narratives, and a whole bunch of liberal politicians. And all of a sudden, you got full-blown New Yorkers that I'm sure Trump, he's guilty of all of this and this and that. So wait, this man been operating in New York for 40 years plus, and y'all have never noticed anything like this. No discrepancies in his business dealings, not like that. A1 credit, all that stuff. But now all of a sudden he runs against the Democrats and he's running again, and all of this pops up out of nowhere. No predicate or nothing. Remember, she says she's going to be a pain in his butt, looking into all of his assets, looking into all of his business dealings with no predicate. I mean, Banana Republic, they're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it. For her to say that and not say because of, how is she getting away with this? I mean, nobody in Congress could drop an investigation on her out of nowhere. Nobody could bring up all of those clips and say, we need to subpoena her big butt, bring those cankles all the way up here to Washington and sit in front of us and explain why you was up there before you was in office talking about some, I'm going to be a pain, I'm going to look into all his business dealings. Why? She should be sitting before Congress right now. That's why I get so upset with the Republicans. She should be sitting before Congress getting quizzed up to wazoo. Asking her, well, what did you mean when you said you were going to be a pain in his butt? Did you know something we didn't know? Did you have subpoena power? Were you able to look into his business dealings before you were in office? How did you conclude that for some reason you're going to be looking into his business dealings once you got in power, once you got in? So let me get this straight. You got in and then start just looking for reasons to bring this man into court, and I'm saying to myself, no predicate? Nobody called you up and complained? No victim said, hey, look, I want to report that Trump deceived us? Nothing. This was all on you. Just come to that conclusion. And yet you talking about some, you know what, this is all about justice and nobody's above the law. She needs to get exposed. And I'm telling you, Republicans got to step it up, man, or else these rogue prosecutors will continue to do crazy mess like that.
160 million, 175, 500, in part in some of these. So what happens now? I mean, do you just suddenly say, okay, couldn't get the bond, couldn't get the backing, the court doesn't go my way, so suddenly I'm selling a $500 million building in 5 days?
Right. Well, this is what the conundrum that he is in. If he does not post this by Monday, he can still appeal, of course. It's just that this verdict will be enforced immediately on Monday, as you just showed there with Tish James saying she's prepared to go to court and do this.
Literally seize the building
Exactly.
And they want it. CNN, they excited about that. I mean, this is so evil. It's hard to comprehend, and it's hard to watch in the United States when you're saying, this is something I would watch on a movie. These folks are like villains out of a Bond movie or something. I mean, and you know, in the Bond movie, you can always tell that, you know, as the viewer, the Bond villain is evil. Welcome, Mr. Bond. I want to play a game with you. No? Yeah, you can always tell. And these folks are that obvious. These are real life Bond villains walking around. And they're like, I don't care if all of you American citizens see exactly what we're up to, because who's going to hold us accountable? And I'm going to tell you, I was listening to, I forget which show it was, but a lawyer was saying, when the public feels that matters can't be solved in the court, we can't rely on the court to be fair, balanced. We can't rely on justice. When people in the public start getting that feeling, when they start seeing stuff like that for so long, then that's when they start taking justice into their own hands. When they're saying, man, look, I would love to go to court against this liberal right here that accused me of whatever, but the courts are going to side with them just because they're activists. I would love to go ahead and say, well, you know what? I'm in court because I had to defend myself because two people broke in my house. But I'm pretty sure since I'm in Seattle, they're going to blame me. See, when people start feeling that way, when they start going, man, y'all ain't hiding it. And if y'all are going after this man, I'm scared. But yet we're supposed to be scared that Trump is going to go after all of his enemies and all of that. He's going to come in with revenge. No, he should come in with justice. I'm talking a big fat sword of justice, swinging it every which way and looking into what these people are doing. Looking into, how did you come to the conclusion that I should have been investigated? Did you communicate with the White House? Did you coordinate? Fannie Willis, who said I was never at the White House, but yet the Secret Service got a log of her being there at the White House and nobody's doing nothing about it. I mean, it's things like this, man, that make you go, I don't like what I'm seeing, man. And this is why this election is so very, very important. Because if they get away with pulling this crap off in November, still in this election somehow, you think this is going to stop? You think anybody else going to put them in check? We can't even put them in check right now, and the Republicans got the House.
Start a new case to go after it, and she could do that in multiple states too. It doesn't just have to be in New York where he has properties, but I mean the writing is.
This is crazy. The one big fat cankle having Queen Latifah stunt double got the power to go after his assets in multiple states. Now her jurisdiction done jumped out of New York. And she could just start saying, all right, I want to seize Mar-a-Lago. I want to seize this. I want to seize that. What kind of power does she have? This isn't even reasonable. To set the fine at that amount and not give somebody a reasonable amount of time to come up with those funds. First of all, this should go to the Supreme Court like yesterday. And they should be asking her, what made you set that amount right there? Why didn't you give this man ample amount of time? Is that a fair amount? Is that going to go ahead and fair with the, I think it was the 8th Amendment or something like that? Yeah, how is that fair with all of that? We need to be looking into this crap.
It's on the wall that if he hasn't started preparing to sell some assets by now, that it could be pretty difficult to get this process done by Monday. And clearly, Letitia James is ready to go to court. She's been preparing for this.
An issue with.
So now she's licking her fat chops, wanting to get her hands on Trump's assets and bragging about it. Yes, I have my eyeballs on it. I'm rooting for Trump not to come up with this money. So you know it's not about justice. You know it ain't just about getting the money and this and that. She don't want Trump to get the money. She's hoping Trump can't come up with the money. Because if it was about justice, what courtroom don't want you to pay your fines? If you do go to court and, they say, well, here's the court fees. I give you a month. You think they're sitting back going, I hope they don't pay for it in a month so I can go after their car, go after their... They're going, you know what? We want the money. That's what we want. But she don't want the money. She wants the glory, and she wants to embarrass Trump, and she wants to take every single thing that she could take from this man. That's what she wants. She is a robber, a Democrat burglar. Somebody said burglar. Yes, that's what she is. She's a burglar, but just don't need to wear a mask. So we got to bring in somebody who kind of balances things out. Once again, he's back on one of the shite channels, MSNBC, I think. And they're wanting to talk to him about it. Now, I don't know why they keep bringing this man. Kevin. Yeah, I think it was O'Reilly or O'Reilly or something. I forget how to pronounce his last name. But I don't know why they keep bringing him on the show. Now, we done seen him several times light into this whole situation up there in New York. Several times. You would think usually they get the hint, like, oh crap, here's a very powerful, influential person. They don't agree. Leary, thank you, O'Leary, there it is. They don't agree with our fake narrative, and they're going to get on here and most likely expose how ridiculous this is to our raggedy audience who are cheering this on. But if they hear it from somebody like this, they might stop and say, wow, he's not really a Trump supporter, and I guess he does make a little sense. But they bring him back on again to discuss this. And let's see what happens.
This, of course, more broadly in terms of what it means to be in an American business structure, Kevin. But in terms of the valuation, can you be clear as to why? I mean, why would the properties not be sufficient collateral?
What a great message to send out all around the world. Take a claim where there was no money.
Now look, she kind of got a smile on her face right there, y'all, because he set her up. He set her up. She asking, why won't all of his properties be collateral? And he just says, man, I'm not here. I'm not here to talk about his properties being collateral. And he starts off by setting her up like, what a great message. And she's like, and then it goes south.
He's lost. There was no fraud here in the context of actually people losing money. Deutsche Bank, who made the loan, was made whole. And let's make a penalty of $500 million.
Her body language changing. Oh, she shifted. Y'all see her shift? Like, this is not what I expected, Kevin. This is not what I asked you to come on to the show for. We need propaganda. That's what we need. So her body language is starting to reveal, I'm uncomfortable. I'm shifting because you're starting to go there. And I need these people in my ear. I need them in my ear right about now telling me when to go ahead and interrupt you. Especially when you start digging into this narrative a little too deep.
Against a crime, apparently, where no monies were lost. Great message for New York. Great message for America. Bring your capital because we'll protect your property. I think that was a statement that would be much better made sometime in Venezuela.
Oh, Venezuela. Now, the funny part about it is her and her whole network are a part of this banana republic that they're implementing right now. There it is. This is the Mockingbird media. They're part of a tyrannical regime right now. Yeah, these folks support these globalists and these people who suppress the will of the people, suppress the free speech of the people. They have hitched their wagon to the 1%. They're not the media. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you can tell. This woman right now is getting uncomfortable and she's thinking, okay, I got a job to do. And it is not to sit here and listen to this man go ahead and highlight how corrupt this is. And then got the nerve to compare it to a banana republic. And I'm a part of it. I'm a part of this banana republic. So I'm personally upset about this. And now I got to go ahead and bring out my black woman attitude. I got to bring out, I'm a strong, independent black woman. Don't disrespect me. Let me tell you something. This is my show. This is my show.
I'm not kidding. That's a scary, scary message. And by the way, there are no such things.
Now, there is supposed to be the other a view of this whole situation. She's, I guess, a writer. She's not a business person, but here she is on here, and you can tell what her goal is with that nasty smile. Again, so yeah, she don't like what he's saying. See, she's all about the banana republic. She's like, more bananas, please, because we're monkeys.
Laws exist to protect the marketplace.
The laws exist to protect the marketplace. I mean, this is the logic of these people. This is what they're trying to sell us. She's trying to go ahead and sell this to a businessman who knows about how this works, been in the game before she was born. And here she, again, the laws protect the marketplace. Laquifa blew through all of the laws, the protocols, and all of that mess. She done blew through all of that mess. She's making it up as she goes. And really is killing the marketplace. Because once again, if I'm in New York and I'm a businessman, I'm like, time to escape from New York. So here she is. She's belittling him like, oh, this is ridiculous, Kevin. I can't believe you're saying this.
No $500 million bonds. Never been done before.
Never been done before. Never had a $500 million bond. So this is special for Trump. Remember Hochul with those big horse teeth? Mr. Ed? Yeah. Got the nerve to be talking about investors and stuff. This isn't for you guys. It's just for Trump because he don't know how to behave. Well, what happens if I don't behave right? I didn't break no laws. I just didn't behave right in regards to not supporting the Democrat Party or your policies. What if I'm a businessman who is saying, you know what, this is a mess of what's going on here with all these illegal immigrants, and I start talking about it a little too much, and Joe Biden and them say, hush up, boy. We're going to go ahead and send Queen Latifah with those big cankles to go ahead and take your business. All of a sudden, you under investigation because you're complaining about how they're running New York. So here, Kevin O'Reilly is like, yeah, man, this right here, it's ridiculous. A $500 million bond. How can you justify that?
Never. This law has never been applied. Forget about Trump.
And there's nothing suspicious about it, right? It's all like these two idiots over here who's supposed to be, she's supposed to be the mediator, but really her and the other chick is, they're on the same squad. They're on the same squad. But instead of letting the other lady handle, she gonna try to chime in too, instead of letting these two debate it out. But what's crazy is it's never been done before, and they want us to think that this is just simply unique to Trump. None of these things, none of these cases have been done before. I mean, you're telling me Trump solves a case with Stormy Daniels outside of court, and all of a sudden we're fining him for it. We're going after him for it. Trump, gets accused of whatever by the crazy chick, and they kind of just go ahead and pervert the whole law up there so she can sue this dude. Yeah, just a 1 year. There's only a 1 year window. We're going to allow any victim from 40 years or whatever come in. No, that was just for Trump. And, of course, Mayor Peanut Head, if he don't hush up. See, yeah, we got some Me Too for you, too. If you don't know how to hush up about this illegal immigration stuff. You understand that? And he hushed up. But the point is, all of these things, RICO charges, going after Trump when it comes down to classified documents, they are making stuff up as they go for Trump, and they're trying to tell us it's normal. They're just fighting against injustice. They're just simply trying to stop a dictator. They're holding him accountable. And we're saying, no, it seems like you're making provisions for Trump. And yet y'all get mad when he says, you know what, I'm a target, and a lot of African Americans probably can relate to what they're doing to me. At this point, even though I never felt like, well, I'm a victim and this and that, I do know a little bit about the history of black folks in America, and there was a time where that was very frequent. I'm not saying it is now, but there was a time where they'd roll up on you down in the South. Get out the cars, boys. Oh, what we do, officer? You got a busted tail light. I'm not even button. Now it is. There was a time when folks was getting railroaded. So, these people are doing this to Trump, and folks are looking going, now, wait, what kind of law? Wait, what did he do again? When you have to start questioning what he did, and the laws aren't just plain and simple and clear, that most Americans should be able to go, okay, I understand. You committed murder. You committed this, but when you got to contort and bend and twist stuff, and the people are going, no, wait, what's this one again? How many? Okay, wait, just a minute ago, he was in. Okay, now what? They start to say, maybe you guys are using your power for evil. And we can't trust you with that power, because what happens when you turn the power on the people? Because that's what they're going to do when they get rid of Trump. If they can get rid of Trump, they're going to say, now, where's all you Trump supporters? And I'm going to prove it by the end of this video. But let's continue hearing her get destroyed by Kevin.
Nothing to do with Trump. Everything to do about America and the New York brand. I love this state. My children live here. a horrible message to everybody around the world watching this. Absolutely.
Now she's shifting. You know what's going on right now, y'all. Okay. We got to interrupt him. Yeah, just chime in right now and stop him. I don't care what you got to do. Stop this man.
Horrific.
Well,
This
wait,
case
Kevin,
goes
Kevin,
way
hold on a
beyond.
second. Kevin,
Trump
what would
will
be
be
the-
gone one day. This
hold on a
attorney's
second.
general will be gone one day. And
look at
this
that.
is
I have
what
a
you want to
wonderful
tell
voice,
people
and
around
it
the
won't be
world.
talked
This
over.
is how we
Kevin
treat money in
O'Leary,
America.
I would like to
This
hear what you have
is
to say,
not
but
America.
what are you doing?
Now, what are you doing? See, I don't want to really hear what you're saying because I don't like what you're saying, but you're talking about, I would like to hear what you're saying. No, if that was the case, you would have set your butt back there and let him finish. If you would like to hear what he's saying, you would do like y'all do when y'all bring Nasty Pelosi, Adam Schiff, and the rest of those garbage Democrats on your show and let them have 3, 4, 5 minutes of vomiting up full-blown lies while y'all sit there on the other side of the screen like, But now, when the narrative gets exposed and blown up, wait, I gotta interrupt you, Look, Kevin, look, I gotta, so now all of a sudden, she's gonna make it seem like Kevin is insensitive. Maybe he don't respect women. Maybe he's just going ahead and talking over her just because she's a black woman. So now I gotta show you that you ain't gonna just keep talking. And this is my show. Understand that?
Not America.
But it's not
Not
America, but it
America.
is the Laura Coates live show, and I am speaking.
Oh, now see, this is what I'm talking about. Man, I can't stand nasty attitudes like that. Boy, now and this is what burns me up. You see a lot of, unfortunately, black liberal men and women. They always add a little extra in it. Could you imagine a white commentator, a female commentator going, look, this is the so-and-so show, and I am the whole. I mean, this right here is like, muscling folks by bringing out your inner city blackness, like, don't disrespect. And I'm going, you ain't got to talk. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to. That right there shows me a deficiency. Okay, because you shouldn't have to bring that in to get the man to be quiet. You shouldn't have to go ahead and invoke and channel all of your inner city upbringing attitude that you should be using only when you're running around the hood with your homies and homettes. You don't bring this to the show. They ain't gonna bring, here you go. Man, this man, burns me up. So let's see what she got to say after she interrupt him and tell him, look, this is my show.
So that will be the rule, not Venezuela,
America.
nowhere else. Fine, but it's Laura Coates Live. And hello, my name is Laura Coates.
Oh.
The question I want to ask you on this point, though, is what does the reverse say, Kevin, if they do not take action? And I hear your point about you believe there's no fraud and that everyone was made whole, but a judge found otherwise. And
So I guess that judge is impeccable. The crazy judge that took his glasses off, like, that guy? The one that was in the mirror, selfieing it up, no shirt on, that guy? Huh? Yeah, the one that was already talking about how Trump was guilty before the whole case even started. So that's not saying much. And they always use this to try to justify a banana republic. All the tactics of a banana republic. Well, he was found guilty by a judge of his, a jury of his peers. But yet y'all go out and y'all make sure y'all find a jury that's like, we hate Trump. We hate Trump. And drag in a raggedy behind judge and a prosecutor like Laquifa, knowing that these two is tag teaming it up. Knowing that they tag teaming it up. So y'all go get low-life, corrupt prosecutors to do your dirty work and then try to justify it by saying they found him guilty. Handpick a raggedy judge, and now she's trying to justify this. So now she brings in the dummy to try to go ahead and, say what she got to say. And listen to this garbage.
so given that, Catherine, to Kevin's point, can you address what your opinion is on the issue? Because your big major concern seems to be what happens if this is not followed through by James or the courts. What message would that sound? You seem to...
It was in a message that you guys are not trying to take us into a banana republic. It was in a message that this case is bogus and whacked. And y'all have straight up made rules specifically for Trump. But just in case we need it for somebody else who get out of line. We setting a standard. We going on and setting a precedent so that all of y'all know up here in New York, when you dealing with King Kong walking around with those big cankles, beating her chest, when you messing with her, she might just go ahead, snatch your stuff from under you and distribute your goods out to the people or do whatever they want to do with the money. She just might do that. Keep y'all in check under there, let y'all know who's running Barter Town. So let's hear the dumb liberal who is nothing but a propagandist, not a businesswoman.
That's anti-American.
Yeah, look, I'm surprised that Kevin is wasting his good name defending fraud and lies, which I am convinced, Kevin, you have not committed. I don't
His good name. Now, see, this is how you demonize and belittle somebody who's standing up for freedom. The man said he loves America. These people don't. They don't love America. They don't love justice. They don't love democracy, as they always claim and they're defending. But now she's trying to say, you know what? Your good name. You're defending fraud and that. What fraud? See, this is where you just stop people like this and say, please tell me, where was the fraud? Where was the fraud? I mean, Queen Latifah and them having a hard time explaining where the fraud was. But yet, you're going to sit up there and drop that out there, and all it takes is one follow-up question. Who was defrauded? And see what would happen to her. She would go crazy. I don't know how to compute. I'm only programmed to go ahead and try to belittle you for defending what's right and try to make it seem like, you know what, this man is evil, he's guilty, it's obvious, but I can't explain really why. I can't tell you who he, defrauded. I can't do any of that. I'm just going off of the fact that a corrupt judge and Godzilla went ahead and found him guilty.
understand why are you defending the actions of someone who has committed these actions.
He's defending America. He's defending what's right. Y'all come up with some cockamamie crap, especially for Trump, and set a horrific precedent. And yet you want him to ignore that as a businessman. Just like y'all want us to buy into the belief that Trump is really guilty of these charges. Yeah, remember, guys, he never was a racist until he ran against the Democrats. He wasn't a misogynist until he ran against the Democrats and their teammates right here, the fake news. Yeah, he wasn't a white nationalist. He wasn't a Hitler. He wasn't a dictator. He was none of those things until he ran against these people and they tried to stop him. He wasn't a corrupt, defrauding businessman up there in New York. He was beloved. He was an upstanding businessman, paid his taxes, employed a lot of people. You know, he was famous. He was iconic. He was great until he ran against these people. And all of a sudden, we found out all of this evil about Donald Trump. It was all suppressed for 40 years. All of his corruption that they're blaming him of. And all of these negative attributes they're assigning to his character, all of that, this man was able to hide. He must have been better than Al Capone. He was better than Michael Corleone. Don't you ever betray the family again, Fredo. You're my brother and I love you. But he kept all of this corruption and evil under wraps and made sure that nobody else even talked about it. Bank, you better not say nothing. Now, I done went ahead and defrauded y'all, but y'all better not say nothing about it. You understand that? Somehow, he was able to make it through New York all those years without none of this being thrown on him, no court going after him for defrauding anybody. And all of a sudden, that man got bad business deals. He's stealing money. But yet you got raggedy behind politicians getting rich somehow and don't have to even give an account of where their money comes from. And it burns me up. BananaRepublic.
That, again, there is ample evidence that he has...
Ample evidence. No, it's ample evidence that you're a dumb bubblehead. You are a straight 100% propagandist. Ample evidence. Like what? Once again, that's all you got to do. This is no different than all of those people that you see on the internet talking about how much Trump did this and he's evil and this and that. As soon as they ask him like what, and they all just go to pieces. I can't think of anything offhand, but no. If there's ample evidence, you shouldn't have to say ample evidence. You should be like, blam, 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 blam. He did this, and that. But all you can do is just say ample evidence, because you have to keep it vague for the audience who they don't require details. They don't require evidence, or they wouldn't be watching MSNBC.
Done this, and the idea that just because the banks themselves may have been in on the fraud.
So she just implemented you hear that one? So the banks now was in on the fraud. Now, if I was Deutsche Bank, I would sue her for defamation. That's what I would do. I would be like, wait, did she just say we was in on some fraud? Sue her. I would take all of her nickels and dimes that she collected prostituting herself. But she got the nerve to say they were in on the fraud. What fraud? Who was frauded? If I'm the bank and everybody's looking around going, the only people who could have been defrauded would have been us, because we loaned the money. But this goes to show liberal logic. See, they're just there to throw out all kind of buzzwords, all kind of stupid statements, and hope it sticks to the inside of those bubbleheads walking around.
Doesn't necessarily make it any better. I mean,
unreal. So, guys, I know we were talking about how fake the news is and how corrupt they are and how evil all of these people are going after Trump are. But I couldn't let it go. When it comes down to the latest narrative of Trump, of course, saying that it's going to be a bloodbath. Because, see, what happened is I found more footage of stupidity. See, so now what I need y'all to do is help me, because we're going to go over a couple clips that we didn't get a chance to hear yesterday when I was talking about this. And we're going to listen to a couple of these clips, and I want y'all to help me come up with who deserves the Hellman Award of the night, okay? Because, see, remember, guys, we only have two choices as we listen to this mess. The only two, this is what we're judging them by. See, we're going to pretend that these people are really seriously approaching this, and that they're not, coming up with propaganda and lies. They're like seriously listened to what Trump said, and then this is their interpretation. So based on that standard right there, that rubric, if we are to assume every one of these people are dead serious about their view and opinion on what Trump said, then they deserve helmets. See, they're special. And we're just going to see if we could figure out which person might win the Hellman Award of the night. Now, he ultimately he's like the Vince Lombardi right there. See, when you get the Hellman Award, that's what you get. You get a statue of Joe right there with the helmet. See, so with that being said, listen, if you haven't seen some of this crap, listen to these far-fetched, completely contorted interpretations of Trump and the bloodbath. Once again, we're revisiting the bloodbath. So here we go. Starting off with...
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole... That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. So...
So here we go. All right.
He says his bloodbath comment was referring to the auto industry. Now, I don't know if that's how y'all heard it, but that's not how it sounded to me. But
she's a candidate. Because, see, you know what makes her special as a candidate? And this is, I'm weighing in. Because Whoopi is a purist. She is a full-blown bubble head. She is one of those people on TV that's not, fully, motivated by propaganda. She don't realize she's a propagandist. She don't realize she's a prostitute. Whoopi is dead serious when she is making comments about Trump. Her and, of course, Joy. Now, the rest of them, unfortunately, as we get a chance to hear them, we already know they're garbage. But we have to pretend that these people are operating and with some common sense, with some intelligence. We have to assume that. Just like when it comes down to judging Joe's intelligence and his mentality, when y'all get up there and pretend that this man is in his right mind and he is up there, jacking up words, forgetting everything, I have to assume that he's in his right mind. So I'm going to judge him based on that. Based on that, y'all set the standard. So now I gotta question these people. I'm judging them based on the fact that they're supposed to be intelligent people because they're on TV.
So no, we're not taking it out of context because the context is his history and his life.
So now the context is his history. We're adding on to the context. We're not taking it out of context because what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach into a whole nother category, his history and his life, and just put it right into this statement that he said. Therefore, that makes this statement literal. That makes the statement literal. So she's up there. She's in the runnings. See? So now watch this though. Watch this, y'all.
So I want to say to my, Latino friends, some of them who might be thinking of voting for Trump. When Trump talks about poisoning the blood of America, and he's talking about migrants, when he refers to them as animals and he's talking...
Oh, God. She done went ahead and Whoopi. She done blew past rocks in the voice. Right now, she's in the lead. She blew past rocks in the voice when it came down to that. So here she is. I want to talk to my Latino brothers and sisters because you know what? They're starting to vote for Donald Trump, and we can't have that. So they bring me on the show to try to, of course, keep the Latino people voting for the Democrats. And here I am. I'm going to go out here and try to tell them something stupid. So let's go ahead and hear some more stupidity come out of her mouth because, see, I'm assuming she's intelligent, right?
Talking about migrants, when he's referring to them as not people, as invaders. Let me tell you, people who...
What is she talking? Now, like I said, either you got to be evil and a propagandist or you need some special attention. See, because if that's what you're getting out of what Trump said, and somehow you done leap from the comment about cars in China to Latinos being, about they're talking about they're not human. When did Trump ever say that? See, this is the stuff that I sit back and I go, wow. I mean, I'm watching a full-blown movie or a slapstick comedy when nobody stops to think about this in reality. So Trump is out there saying, guess what? Latinos aren't even humans. That's what she just said. If you don't believe me, let's go ahead and run it back because see, she's just going to say it and folks are going to,
them as not people.
Not people. Anybody ever hear Trump say that one? Yeah, Latinos are not people. They just say stuff. So if she's really being honest and that's what she really thinks, she's in the runnings. Right now, she's in the lead.
As invaders. Let me tell you.
That's true. But they're not alone. They're assisted by the government. Yeah. You raggedy, fake behind Republican you.
People who hate folks like that, they're not going to stop and ask you if you have a U.S. citizenship.
Here it comes. Here it comes. So somehow we go from China having to pay tariffs and cars coming to the country to Latinos not being humans. And now all of a sudden, who are these people she's about to refer to? Because, see, I guess because Trump, she's just making it up. That Trump said that these people aren't humans and this and that and they're invaders. Now, all of a sudden, what's going to happen to these people?
U.S. passport, they're going to shoot first and then ask questions.
Who is she talking about? Who are these people saying, you know what? Y'all hear what Trump said? We can go ahead and shoot these people because they ain't humans. They ain't humans anyway. It's like hunting turkeys. Just like hunting turkeys, man. Don't even worry about it. They ain't like us. Who are the people she's talking about? Only people I see getting shot or killed or hurt are American citizens by the illegal immigrants who invaded our country based on Joe Biden and mucus. But here she is talking about, and this is a dirty tactic that they use and pretend that this is real. Talking about if you keep identifying the truth, calling out these problems, you're putting people in danger. So I don't want to hear you identifying this. I don't want to see you highlighting this. I don't want to see you accurately assessing what's going on at that border. I don't want to hear you using the correct definitions and terms for what's going on and these people. I don't want to hear that. You think I could debate that? Instead, what I'm going to say is you're misogynistic, xenophobic, racist, and every time you open your mouth and say the truth, what you're really doing is putting these people's lives in danger. And somehow your radical Trump supporters, your MAGA folks, who I ain't seen one report of any conservatives down there turkey shooting all of the illegal immigrants coming across the border. But I'm just going to say it. So right now she's in the league.
I think he's putting a target on all of our backs.
Who's all of our backs? Who are these? So all the Latinos, American citizens right now, she's trying, her job is to scare all of the American Latinos who done left the Democrat Party. It's over 50%, somewhere around there. Yeah. She wants them to believe somehow that they're now thrown into the same category as all these illegals coming across the border. And that these mysterious people who she didn't identify is going to be out there turkey hunting them because they're not humans. And Trump said that. But wait a minute. She got competition, man. Oh, let's see if Sonny can top her, y'all. Here we go.
Saying the quiet part out loud, if I am not elected, we are going to see January 6th again.
That's the quiet part? Man, she just with that statement alone, she said, give me that helmet. Now, I'm about to rock this one. I want this award for myself. Put it right over my long horse weave. That's what I'm going to do. So here's Sonny coming in like, I'm going to top that. You think that was something, Anna? You ain't got nothing on me. So Trump said the quiet part out loud, which is, I want to see January 6th over again. Is that what she said? Because see, I'm sitting there going, I didn't hear that. If it's supposed to be the quiet part out loud, you just said something that he didn't say.
Part out loud. If I am not elected, we are going to see January 6th again.
That's the quiet part? Did he say that? Is it just me? Or see, they don't realize they're walking right into the helmet award. See, she don't realize it. Only smart people, though, that knows what's going on are going, you sound so dumb. That makes no sense. Let me grab this helmet for you. Oh, wait, not yet. We still got competition. Somebody might come along and dethrone her. Let's see.
And I think we need to be on guard to make sure that we preserve our democracy so that our country looks the way that it should look, like all of us. It's a diverse country. That's what America was built upon.
What does this have to do with cars? What does this have to do with tariffs? Boy, I tell you. So they might not get the full, the number one. They might get the honorable mention. Because see, we got some heavy hitters coming. So now she tries to go ahead and end her stupidity with a sentimental statement. This ain't what America's about. Then all of a sudden they want to be patriotic. It's built on diversity. Nobody's trying to stop diversity. Nobody's running around trying to kick out folks of different nationalities that are American citizens. This is what they just bypass. Their logic jumps right over this. America is completely filled with people from all types of nationalities that are American citizens. And nobody's trying to deport them, throw them in jail. Only people that are being persecuted is conservatives and Christians at this point. But my point is, they try to make it seem like it's this mysterious entity walking around, going into folks' house. Wait a minute. It ain't got nothing to do whether you're a citizen or not. The fact that you're Latino, you got to go back to South America. Well, I was born here in Ohio. What? Wait a minute. There's no Ohio in Latin America. You can't be from Ohio, okay? There's only one Ohio, and that's for the white man. Latinos can't be born here, so we're going to send you back. You and all your blacks and all of them. And I'm saying, who's doing that? Why are you telling the people this? Why are you lying to the people, Sonny? And telling them and making them think that all of a sudden this mysterious entity, which is Trump and all his MAGA supporters, are going after diversity and getting all of these. No, we're talking about illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's talking about a bloodbath.
Oh, God. He just shot straight up to the number one. Obviously. But what makes him special is the fact that he's coming in and he's doing it with the confidence. with the condescending in his voice. He was condescending in his voice. Obviously, the arrogance. See, it's very clear. Obviously that. So let's see how obvious it is, y'all. See, because this man's brilliant. He said obviously, which means that the simple-minded person should be able to recognize it for what it is.
For America, it's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, presidents, he was talking only about the auto industry, and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that.
What? So wait, the smart man, the smart dumb man, Beaker, right here, obviously. So wait, if it was obvious, then how in the world? Now he's belittling our intelligence. All the people who, if we're going off of obviously, how is it that we obviously know that Trump was talking about the car industry and how if that collapses, it can affect the whole country? Yeah, it will pour over into our economy. Yeah, but yet this guy is trying to make it seem like we're the dummies for not seeing it like him. Do you understand the mind contortion that you have to go through to make Trump's statements mean a literal bloodbath or violence? But yet he's overlooking the obvious interpretation. See, if he's talking about obviously, then the most simple explanation should be the first thing. It shouldn't be, I got to go ahead and try to explain why what Trump said is literal, even though he's talking about cars in China before he said it and after he said it. But obviously, he's talking about a bloodbath. Now, isn't that ironic that this man is trying? Oh, but wait, it gets worse.
6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit.
It is.
He knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Americans aren't stupid.
Go get that helmet. You hear this, dude? If you're walking around thinking that, then you need protection. We can't have you bumping that bubble head. Put a helmet on this man. So here he is. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. American people are. And exactly. Because that's why we don't believe you. That's why we're able to listen to you and say you need the helmet award. Because we're not stupid. We all know what Trump was talking about. But you're going to try to belittle our intelligence, and they got the nerve to be talking about, obviously.
He was talking about a bloodbath. Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath.
Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath.
That's one big pile of shite.
Yes, it is. Bloodbath, everybody. Everybody jump in the bathtub. Fill it with blood. Bloodbath. So here we go. Him and Mika, bloodbath.
When he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not.
That statement alone. Now, see, once again, I got to try to take him seriously. So wait, your interpretation of what Trump was saying is that he literally is calling for violence and a bloodbath. And you're saying that everybody else who saw it the obvious way is stupid, and you're not. We might have a king. Wait a minute. Let's see. He might get outdone.
But what happened then was there was a snowball effect on cable news and particularly on social media. Voices in the right wing, including some very prominent voices on the right wing, really pushed back against this, claiming the media was taking it out of context, that we were biased against Trump, we were misconstruing what he said, et cetera, et cetera. And
but no, wait. No, y'all weren't doing that. No, there's people on the right saying that we misconstrued about that. Okay, well, let's see how that goes.
Also, the Trump campaign was very.
Y'all know that voice. Y'all know that voice, right? Mr. President, why you keep saying that it's an invasion, Mr. President? It ain't no invasion. Jim, what are you talking about? I saw the video. Those aren't actors, Jim. They were hanging on the wall. But Mr. President, you keep saying, no, I'm not going to give you another question. But I'm not going, Jim. No, I'm not going. You know why? Because you are fake news. The man who started it all. So let's see him go ahead and become a contortionist. Here we go.
The Biden campaign said in response to all of this, they said he wants another January 6th. The Trump campaign refuted that, said he was just talking about the auto industry and so on. They're crying foul over how this has been covered. But if you look at, Alice, if you look at the way he said this, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. Then he stops. That's going to be the least of it.
If you look at how he said this. So Jim done went, y'all. And he done put his glasses on for nothing. Because he already knows what Trump meant. But now he got to act like he's examining it, y'all. But Allison, when you look at this right here, look and see him, y'all, with his finger and stuff on the piece of paper right there. When you look at that, so he is right now. He, like I said, they keep topping each other. So Jim is going to show us just how smart dumb he is. Now I got my glasses on. Let's look at this here and break it down word for word.
That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
There you go. Let's just stop with that. When you look at what he said right there, if I'm not, there's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, there you go. I got my glasses on. Therefore, I'm smart. So don't put the helmet on me. Oh, you're going to get the helmet. You're going to get the helmet, Jim.
And if you look at it in context, also where it says, talking about the auto industry and a 100% tariff on every car that's brought into this country, he's talking about the auto industry and the impact the Biden policies have on the auto industry.
Well, look how simple that was. Somebody put these on her. She deserves them. There it is. She deserves the smart girl glasses, not Jim. There you go. That's the smart person right there. So easily interpreted. She said, well, when you look at it. But Jim can't accept that. Because his job is not to. His job is to say, oh, crap, I didn't expect her to come out here and say that. So now I got to go ahead and start doing what I do. Interrupt and try to go ahead and say, well, what about?
He just meant the auto
I believe when he uses the term bloodbath, he's talking about.
You're going to tell her he's mansplaining. He's mansplaining to her, y'all. You don't believe that, do you? No, come on. You don't believe that. So the woman's sitting there going, no, I'm looking exactly at what he said here.
This in an economic sense. And you look at the word bloodbath.
That's going to be the least of it.
You hear? He's still fishing, y'all. Yeah, he won't let the stupidity go because he's a propagander. He's a prostitute. But look what he said right there. I got glasses on. So wait, he said right there, but it's going to be what did he say? He is fishing, y'all. Jim can't let it go.
About this in an economic sense. And you look at the word bloodbath.
That's going to be the least of it.
But he said that's going to be the least of it. So we get a smart person that showed up on CNN, and Jim can't take it. So Jim got to go ahead and make himself look dumb. But what this one part right here where he said it's the least of it. So maybe Jim, and we're going to help him out since he got a little bubble head going there too. Maybe he's talking about it starts with the car industry, and it's going to filter on to other industries and across the country as a whole. It's going to wreck us economically. That's just the beginning. If we let that go. Could it be that, Jim? But no, look at him. Look right there. He said it. He said it. Well, here we go.
It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
That's all he fixated on. Jim don't want the interpretation. Jim don't want to understand what Trump said. But he said it's going to be a bloodbath. Look at that right there. I don't want to hear what you're saying. I don't want to hear you applying years and years of comprehension skills, understanding context clues. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear my third grade teacher who taught us how to understand a statement like this. I don't want to hear that. I want to prove to you I deserve the Helmet Award. So let's go ahead and hear Jim earn this award.
We're talking about the other definition of bloodbath is a severe loss and reversal.
Oh, he took
and
the glasses off.
All of the time when we're talking about the stock market and the economy. And he's talking, look, I think this is a tremendous disservice to people.
I love you, Alice, but I mean...
And I love you too, Jim.
I love you, Alice, but I got to be dumb. I gotta get this award. So I'm going to go ahead and interrupt you because what you're saying makes exactly too much sense and it is straight up truth. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in and make myself look 100% like a jackass. The jackass that I am. I'm Jim the Jackass. So let's hear from Jim the Jackass.
Let me tell you, I really think because, was it out of context when you said very fine people on both sides?
Yes, it was, Jim. So now somebody in his ear is going, all right, Jim, okay, here's what we're going to do. Start bringing up all the past lies that we have told about Trump. Okay, and here's what we're going to pull up a clip that just happened randomly. You're going to go ahead and just say, let's pull up the clip and we're going to have it ready on the spot, just like that, Jim. So go keep her on ice by bringing up some of the fallacies that we've told about Trump. Here we go.
Marie, was that out of context when he said stand back and stand by?
Was that out of context when he said stand back and stand by? Yes.
Finish what I'm saying.
Sure.
This is taken out of context. He's talking about the auto industry. He's talking about the electric vehicle mandates that the Biden administration is supporting, and how that is going to devastate the auto industry. And he's basically sending the message to people across middle America. The United Auto Workers, the actual workers, not the head, but the workers realize that.
Because you know what, you're making too much sense. So let's go back to something that Trump said a long time ago that has nothing to do with what he said just a minute ago. Because see, we want to leave the impression in all of our bootleg viewers that Trump has been saying these racial things and these things that inspire violence and stuff for years. Because we said he said it. There we go. So he brings up a clip, y'all, and it backfires if you're smart. Here we go.
Let's play this. What about when he called migrants animals? Now,
how in the world did the studio know that Jim was going to say, let's play that? He barely even said what he wanted to see. He said, let's play this. That means it's already ready. Isn't that convenient that the clip was already queued up? Who queued that up? Who got into Jackass Jim's head and said, you know what, I think Jim is going to want to queue up this one clip. Let's go ahead and get it ready. And then miraculously, he says, let's play this, and they have it ready.
Let's watch that.
If I had prisons that were teeming with MS-13 and also...
Who? Say it again, Trump. MS who? 13? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and go on my mind and start to think. When I think of MS-13, do I think of little angels? Do I think of gentle woodland creatures? Do I think of people coming here for a better life? Or do I think of hardcore criminals and killers and murderers and gang members?
Lots of people that they've got to take care of for the next 50 years, right? Young people, they're in jail for years. If you call them people, I don't know if you call them people. In some cases, they're not people, in my opinion. These are bad.
Now, notice they just cut. They just cut. Because I've been to Trump rallies where he was talking about them. And before he starts saying they're bad people, they're animals, Trump usually qualifies that by giving you examples. How they cut you, they make sure they torture you before you die. They don't want to kill you fast. They don't want to shoot you. They want to make sure that it's a slow death. See, it's a slow death. Yeah, Trump usually says that, but for some reason, Jim and whoever queued this up got a nice slice right in between, and it goes from that to they're animals.
And these are animals.
Maria, I mean, I hear what Alice is saying, and you know, we have fiery discussions sometimes. We all respect each other at the end of the day.
Get that award, Jim.
But to me, it's really a stretch to say, well, these things are out of context.
It's really a stretch. To me, it's really a stretch. It's more of a stretch for you to try to make this sound like Trump was talking about a literal bloodbath and violence than it is to go ahead and say, yeah, with this smart, intelligent lady who obviously understands context. Yeah, I could just go ahead and say, you know what, that makes sense. But why do that when my goal is to try to destroy Trump? Why do that when, even though it's obvious that Trump didn't mean what I'm trying to say, but I'm going to go ahead and contort myself and make myself look dumb and earn this helmet award because I got to assume Jim just can't figure it out. I mean, the lady next to him tried to help him, but he's a little slow. He's delayed. He can't figure it out. So here it is. To me, what it means.
Sure, you know, it's just rhetoric. And so this is just, it's so dangerous.
It is.
And it's...
Look at the other dummy. Yeah, she's like, I want one of those too. So it's just so, what's so dangerous? How did we even get to videos about Trump talking about MS-13 and all of this when we started off with Trump talking about freaking cars in China. But yet, somehow we end up with MS-13. We end up with there's fine people on both sides and stand back and stand down. And now all of a sudden it's dangerous. We got to always end with that because we want to paint Trump as a danger to society, a danger to immigrants, and all of that. See, now he's defending basically MS-13. Yeah, he forgot to mention as he finishes this that Trump's talking about one of the most deadliest gangs on the planet. He forgot to mention that.
Used to be encouraging violence and when you dehumanize migrants.
Yes.
Migrants. See, I told y'all he forgot. That's why he needs the helmet. See, because he's trying to make it seem like these are folks who's just, you know what we should do? Let's migrate to America. We don't need any special papers. We don't need to go a certain way. We're just simply going to say we don't like where we live and we're going to migrate. So they migrate to America, according to Jim. That's all there. They're just migrants that happen to have tattoos all over the place and a body count, and initiations and all of that. And not to mention, they're not migrants. They're legal immigrants, Jimmy. Illegal immigrants, jackass Jim. So, y'all let him know. I got a new nickname for him. Jackass Jim. Dang on it. So, yeah, Jackass Jim got the nerve to be talking about these migrants and this violence. So what about the violence they inflict upon all of their victims, not only where they're coming from, but when they get here? What about that, Jim? But you want to defend them because it's more important to make Trump look bad than to recognize how bad MS-13 is.
Calling them animals.
That's exactly.
Oh, no, they're not animals. They're Furbies. They're nice little, gentle. They'll never bite you. They're calling them animals. Well, wait a minute, Jim. What type of behavior would you define slaughtering folks, burning them alive, doing all kind of stuff like that? Is that human behavior right there, or is that more so animalistic? Huh? But see, there it is. That's when you got to make sure you get that helmet. Jim don't care. Jim's like, give me the helmet. I'm willing to look dumb to get Trump.
It's
right, Jim.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Is friendly territory for Trump. He won there in 2016 and 2020.
Meantime, many are accusing Trump of inciting violence for saying a Biden re-election would result in a bloodbath. His backers and even some of his critics say his comments are being taken out of context and are about the auto industry.
Trump just said in his speech in Dayton, Ohio, that there's going to be a bloodbath if he doesn't get elected. He said that literally.
Warned of a, quote, bloodbath if he loses in November. His rhetoric is drawing new scrutiny tonight, including from President Joe Biden's campaign.
Yeah, which there is the person of the hour. That man shouldn't go nowhere without that helmet. So Joe right there, the award right there, he right there's the Lombardi trophy. So he and his highly intelligent staff must have listened to Trump and all could not figure out the context in which Trump was saying this. All of those brains, like a whole bunch of monkeys in the room. They just couldn't figure it out. It's greater than them. What do you think he means? I don't know. We better put glasses on. That'll help us out. All right, there. Let's read the speech with the glasses. Okay. China is ripping us off. And they think they can sell their stuff over here and 100%. You know what? Let's just go with Bloodbath. Let's just go with that. I don't need to read the rest of the context. Let's just go ahead and say Trump said that he's going to kill everybody and there's going to be a bloodbath and there's J6. Did everybody get that? That's what you got out of it too? Are we all? Okay, that's it. Now let's send it out to the propaganda networks.
The Biden campaign seizing on Trump's statement to accuse the president's Republican rival of...
Look at him, could barely walk. Head look like he's leading head first. Boy, he's in bad shape. Wait a minute. And get back over here, Head's leading him all over the place. Stumbling. So the guy right there, the man who started it all, is up here, got his White House talking about how Trump and them is going to go ahead and start J6 again.
Political violence and wanting another January 6th.
Now, see, this is the danger. You do understand. These are the people who are really inciting violence. It burns me up that nobody is properly able to highlight how these are the ones that are inciting the violence. Remember, these are the ones who came out and tried to tell everybody that Trump never condemned white nationalists. He was okay with Charlottesville. He didn't condemn David Duke. All of the other lies that they said. And these are the ones that encouraged all kind of protests and got people worked up because they said Trump was an illegitimate president and he basically is a Russian agent. And now here they are saying that he's stirring up political violence. He's going to be a dictator. He's racist. He's going to send everybody back to their own country if they ain't white. All of this stuff. And now here he's talking about political violence. So they're dropping this fake narrative out there. This is the stuff that stirs up trouble. Conservatives aren't out there doing this. But yet you hear them on TV constantly saying political violence, political violence. I always show y'all the clip of them all out there, mostly peaceful protesters. All of that. But here they are out here saying political violence.
What I heard was a continuation of the same rhetoric, the same endorsement of political violence that we've seen from Donald Trump for years.
It's fascinating they can say this without some type of penalty. I mean, they just coming out just straight up lying. The same type of political violence that I've been hearing come out of Trump for years. So he just threw himself in the arena for the Helmet Award. I mean, what political violence are they talking about? I mean, it's funny how they all are saying this, but the Trump supporters, the people who actually listen to him and support him, we don't hear it. They know something we don't know. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, I love Trump. I listen to him all the time. I can honestly, I'm not even joking right now. I cannot think of anything or any time Trump has ever said anything that I could misinterpret as violence, political violence. Not one thing. And I've been listening and following Trump for like 8 years now. And I'm sitting there really straining, like, did he ever say anything I could even misconstrue? Nothing. So how are they concluding this? They're taking stuff out of context, just like Bloodbath.
Left took a word out of context to try to drive home that Donald Trump's a violent man who will become a Hitler or a dictator, whatever
there it is.
The loopy thing they're saying today.
The man said he wants to be a dictator. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's for me. That's
he
where
said
it all
he wants to be a dictator.
That's all y'all got. So that's your argument to prove that what he said doesn't mean the economic bloodbath, or the man wants to. He said he wants to be, which is a lie. I mean, this is crazy. They're supporting a lie with more lies. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to defend this lie with more lies. So the man said he wants to be a dictator, with your big ears. Good grief. Dang on it. You should be somewhere in a circus with those elephant ears talking about something. The man said he wants to be a dictator. That settles it right there. Even though Trump never said he wants to be a dictator. But so just because he's lying and saying Trump wants to be a dictator, that must mean Trump's calling for political violence for no reason, out of nowhere. Talking about cars, but then just jump straight into bloodbath.
He said that there won't be elections.
Here comes Magic Johnson's son. There she is, right? He, she, whatever. They're up there talking about, but he said, just making it up.
Again in this country. Last night he said there's going to be a bloodbath, whether it be economic or a regular bloodbath.
Right, it don't matter to us. We're going to make this mess up. See, we know we sound stupid, so now we got to go ahead and just add in stuff to support our lie. I mean, whether it's economic bloodbath or there's a literal bloodbath, I mean, you know what I'm saying? A bloodbath is a bloodbath, baby. So we supposed to just go ahead and excuse your lies and propaganda and, you know, all of a sudden say, well, if that makes sense, now I see it as a literal bloodbath because they just said Trump said he wanted to be the dictator, and that since she just gave us two scenarios, literal or economic, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is their arguments. This is how they're going ahead and trying to respond to being caught lying.
I mean,
at this point, it doesn't matter. You want to be a dictator.
There it is. It don't matter. So stop identifying and exposing us for being the corrupt, stinking media that we are. It don't matter if we tell the truth, if we're accurate, if we're misleading our audience. It don't matter if we're inciting real violence. Because us conservatives aren't threatened. It's the crazy, stupid left that gets mad and want to come out and feel like they are defending democracy from this evil white nationalist. And then they show up in the form of Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all that crap. We're not following these people around. We're not showing up mad and covering our faces and all of this mess. We're not doing that. But yet, here they are. They're saying this, and people that are simple-minded will react to this mess. And yet they're talking about it don't matter.
Dude, seriously. Because the bloodbath comments are a big front page story in newspapers and a lead story on major newscasts.
When Trump said the word bloodbath, they pounced on the idea that they could possibly tie this to some sort of violent rhetoric.
Donald Trump intensifying his...
His milk that brings all the girls in the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. And they're like, you see that milk that right there sitting on top of that suit? Dang on it. Somebody put a big fat coconut right on top of a suit and drew some lips and noses on it and put some glasses on the coconut. So now let's hear Coconut Head right here. That Trump said he wants to be a dictator. And what else?
Violent rhetoric. Surprise. Seemingly threatening a, quote, bloodbath if he doesn't win in 2024.
How dishonest can you be? Violent rhetoric. No surprise. Seemingly threatening a bloodbath. Threatening. This is, let's just even say that they're trying to say what Trump said is a bloodbath, literal bloodbath. Then they add a little extra on, threatening a bloodbath. Now, if Milk Dud really believes this, thank you. Somebody said they just subbed. Thank you. If Milk Dud Head, if Coconut really believes that, then a threat wouldn't even sound like that. It wouldn't be one of those, it's gonna be a bloodbath. It would be, you know what? Let's make it a bloodbath. He's talking about something from the outside influencing, on the inside. Not we are going to go out and create a bloodbath. He's not threatening the public. If y'all don't, vote for me, all of us in here, I want y'all to go out and start committing all types of violence. What he's saying is, look, it's going to be a bloodbath. We're going to be the recipients of the bloodbath. See, they're not even able smart enough to, but yet they're saying he's threatening it. And I'm saying, well, who's the victim? He's saying American citizens are going to be the victim of the bloodbath. And he's not talking about sending us out because he's including us in the bloodbath. We're also going to be victims of the bloodbath, the economic bloodbath. But these smart people can't figure it out. So go get their helmets. Go get their helmets. But one day, his helmet can't fit on that head. Yeah. You can't get a helmet big enough for that head. So now here's George Snuffleupagus.
And the incendiary speech from Donald Trump at a rally over the weekend with warning of a bloodbath for the country if he's defeated.
This is crazy. This is. I'm telling you, we're going to be studying this for decades. Studying this. So they're very incendiary. Not Joe Biden's speeches, though. Not his. But, and not the White House coming out and lying on Trump, saying that he's inciting violence and the J6 and stuff. But it's an incendiary speech, somehow, because he wants to hold China accountable and, hit tariffs and slap some tariffs on them. So it's an incendiary speech. And I'm like, to who? How did y'all get that interpretation? You know what? To the evil ear, everything sounds evil. To the evil eye, everything looks evil. See, only evil people would interpret what Trump was saying in an evil manner. So now we identify who the devils are, who the evil people are, because why? The pure-hearted, patriotic Americans don't see what they see. But yet they're going to lie about us and say we did and enjoyed it. Y'all ready for this? It gets worse. See, now they're about to drag us into it.
When Donald Trump predicts there will be a bloodbath.
Oh, here's one. Here is one right there. Oh, now this guy right here, he is, I think he might have won the Hellman Award for like a couple years in a row. So let's see if he can defend his title.
In this country, if he doesn't win the Electoral College, you should take that for what it is, a Trump prediction. That prediction is coming from the same man who in a presidential campaign said Mexico would pay for the wall.
So you should take his prediction seriously. And I agree with you to an extent, because when he talked about what would happen if Joe Biden became president, all came true. In fact, everything Trump says that would happen, it comes true. I'm saying it like he's been right about almost everything. I can't think of too many things that he's even been slightly off on. But yet here he is, the prediction that he's right. See, what he's not understanding is the violence is not what we see. I see an economic bloodbath coming if Joe Biden gets back in. That's what I see. Trump is right about that. Not only an economic bloodbath, but an illegal immigrant bloodbath, even worse than the one that we're enduring right now. And I'm talking other areas of our country just getting destroyed if we get 4 more years of creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. And here this guy is, everything that Trump says, racial.
Now, you may have noticed that I have not yet included Donald Trump in our coverage of the Republican presidential campaign this season, and that is because he is obviously never going to be president. He is obviously never going to be the Republican nominee for president, and he is obviously never going to be a candidate for president.
So maybe we shouldn't listen to this guy's predictions. Yeah, he was wrong about every single thing he just said.
Here's a prediction for you, and it's from me. And my prediction track record isn't great. He is obviously never going to be a candidate for president. And my prediction track record isn't great, but it's better than Donald Trump's.
That's the smartest thing he said, but then he went dumb again. He went dumb again. My predictions aren't the greatest, but it's better than Donald Trump's. I'm like, yeah, oh, wow. Thought you can get an answer right, but nope. Wrong. Got your hand up for nothing.
There will be no bloodbath.
You're right, because that's not what Trump was referring to. But there will be an economic bloodbath, if that's what you're talking about.
Don't let him scare you. Donald Trump actually got applause from the most uninformed voters who have ever listened to a political speech.
Now, did you hear this man right here? That's why I say he got the helmet on. He's already sizing it up. Like, all right, I think I'm gonna win this one here. Let's just see. Should I have it tilted when you take the picture of me with it? So now that guy just brought us into it. See, he's saying all of these folks out there that when Trump talked about them tariffs in the context of China and cars and holding China accountable, and they all start clapping and applauding, they're misinformed. The people who were sitting there and said, I know exactly what Trump is talking about, are misinformed versus the guy who's trying to make everybody think that Trump is talking about political violence. Remember, these are the same people who also tried to say that all of these Americans were sitting in a rally when Trump was joking about Hillary Clinton and those 30,000 emails. And he mentioned Russia. If you're out there, if you find those emails, let us know. We'd like to know what happened to them. These are the same people who tried to sit back and gaslight us and make us think that was Trump asking Russia for help to win the election. Right there in the open. And yet, they didn't even stop to wonder why the whole audience busted out laughing. Yeah, see, we were laughing at the fact that Trump was asking Putin for help. Look at him asking Putin for help. That's hilarious. Yeah. And we want to see him go ahead and betray his country and solicit the help of the Russians. We're all in on it too. We think it's funny. Or could it be that we understood the context, but yet we're the dumb ones. We're the misinformed ones. All of us figured it out. Trump was joking. All of us understand he's not talking about a literal bloodbath, but this guy is going to try to belittle our intelligence and throw us in there as misinformed voters.
When they clapped for the bloodbath and
clapped for the bloodbath. He gets it. I don't think anybody left. We only got a couple minutes left. I don't think anybody left on my list that I can remember is going to say something more stupider than that. Right now, I'm telling you, I'm about to crown him. I'm about to put it on his head. So this guy has the nerve to say, what did he say about us, y'all? Hold on, man. That's fascinating.
for the bloodbath.
We clapped for the bloodbath. What? Oh my God. Man, give that man the prize. So, somehow, we are, according to him, Trump just went ahead and told us all to go out and become violent if he don't win, and we clap for it. That's what he's trying to suggest. Or we all know what Trump was talking about and said that it would be a bloodbath if he doesn't win economically, and we got excited about that. We clapped for that. We didn't clap for the fact that Trump was going to hold China accountable by sticking it to him with the tariffs. That's not what we was clapping for. That's not what we was clapping for. We was clapping because we were like, we're going to have a bloodbath economically. Yay! We want our economy to go ahead and tank. So we're either clapping for that, or we're clapping because Trump just told us to go out and start political violence. That's what that man is saying right there. I'm telling you, I don't think he can be beat.
And they clapped for Donald Trump's promise to double the price of new cars.
Oh, now you want to slide that in so you don't get sued into oblivion. So you don't get blasted on X. And they clapped for the tariffs. No, that's the only reason they clapped. You big nasty thing, you.
America.
That was bullshit.
Trump's saying it's going to be a bloodbath for the country if he's not elected.
It is imperative that we remind the American people, hammer it home over and over again, that when he says bloodbath, he means it literally.
I mean, helmets for everybody. Everybody. That man just said he means it literally. Literally. Not metaphorically. But these are supposed to be intelligent humans, man.
This guy is to be taken both seriously as well as literally.
Unlike you guys. So we're supposed to take the people who can't interpret and understand what Trump was saying. We're supposed to take you seriously. A network who can't get that right. A network who probably would sit back and look us in the face and tell us men could be women. But yet we're supposed to take you seriously. And we're going, y'all just try to say that man literally meant a bloodbath. So what? Does that also mean he's going to get inside of the bathtub, fill it up with blood and bathe in it? A bloodbath. We have to take him literally.
This is a man who helped incite a deadly insurrection on our nation's capital.
A deadly insurrection on a nation's capital? This is a man who incited a deadly. So y'all hear that? Y'all hear this smug, nasty chick sitting up there with her legs crossed, looking like somebody done vomited up all over her suit right there. Look like she's wearing a booger. So here she is with that booger outfit on. Got the nerve to be like, this is a man who incited a deadly. What was deadly about it again? Oh, Ashley Babbitt got shot and killed. And somebody had a heart attack, something like that. That was the only deadly thing? Not the Antifa riots that the Democrats incited, where it cost lives all over the place and property damage that just, all of that stuff. But he incited a deadly insurrection.
So when he's using terms like bloodbath, it's really hard for me to give him the benefit of the doubt.
It's because I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt because I'm wearing a booger suit and I'm supposed to be up here doing propaganda and prostituting myself. There you go. That's why.
This is all in the context of a riff about the auto industry, which doesn't even entirely make sense.
But it doesn't entirely make sense. Now, you hear the leprechaun. What's up with her and the green, man? I mean, is she trying to become a leprechaun? You can't be out there rocking the bright red hair, looking like Raggedy Ann and Peppermint Patty at the same time. That's why I call her Raggedy Patty. But yet always rocking the green. Because you're always after me Lucky Charms. But now here she is. Like, you know what? It doesn't make sense. And she used to work at the White House.
It's all in the context of a riff about the auto industry, which doesn't even entirely make sense.
I thought it did.
Say.
We just have to win this election because he's even predicting a bloodbath. What is
He's even predicting a bloodbath. We have to. You know who this is. She's definitely up there next to Joe Biden when it comes down to the helmet award. So we have to win this election because he's predicting a bloodbath. That's right.
Does that mean he's going to exact a bloodbath?
Does that mean he's going to exact a bloodbath? You tell me, Dana. Okay? Never mind. Don't tell me anything, you peasant. I know everything because I'm nasty. Nasty as I want to be. Now, excuse me while I take my medicine. Oh, yes. That's good. That's good, nasty. Let's continue. Listen to this guy.
Use a word like bloodbath. It's not necessary. And yet this is part of his campaign. And it's what those who would like to vote for him because they agree with his policies, it's what's giving them hesitation.
No, you're trying to plant that seed in those that want to vote for him for his policies, but yet they don't realize your tactics and your propaganda. See, they still might be subject to a little bit of Trump derangement syndrome, and they're torn unnecessarily because they're sitting back on, well, I do like Trump's policies, but I keep hearing them say this guy is trying to become a dictator, and he's saying that the Latinos are what? They're animals. And I don't know if I can support that. Only people who are casual viewers of politics and don't realize what you guys are up to. That's that audience that they're trying to get right here. He's trying to shame them into saying, man, I do like his policies, but man, he always saying stuff. No, they're always saying that he's saying stuff. And I have a little rap that was put together by the person who put this montage together at the end, who's going to sum it all up. We're going to go out here jamming, y'all, in a few minutes.
Because they don't agree with his persona.
But you also said that Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president of the United States of America. So we know that you don't like anything MAGA, but the American people do, right? And the American people are behind Donald Trump.
Yes,
that's why
all
right, because they know the Biden crime family.
Get him out of here.
DOJ.
So when you have Donald Trump, who is
Milk does back. Let's hear Milk that again.
Talked about and encouraged violence, saying there will be a bloodbath if I'm not elected. It's not metaphorical, right?
Why does he look like Gary Coleman when he said that? What you talking about, Willis? It's not metaphorical, right? Good grief. How more stupid can these people look? They're not stupid. They're making themselves look stupid. They are contorting themselves. They're embarrassing themselves. I mean, I'm sitting there going, dude, you know that's not what he said. And you got the nerve to ask that like you're serious. It's not metaphorical, right? No, it's literal. It's literal. Yeah. It's just everybody in the audience missed it. All of us Trump supporters always missing that dog whistle. We're always shocked when we hear these things on the news. We're going, wait a minute, man, I was there. I didn't hear any of that. How are they hearing this stuff? And man, maybe it's just me. Y'all didn't hear it either. So then why is it that the people that have every incentive to destroy Trump and who's been doing this since day one, and they want us to believe them now, they want to have credibility, and yet they've been doing this since day one, lie after lie after lie, since day one. And now they're up here talking about that. It's not literal, is it? I mean, it's not metaphorical. It's literal, right? And they want us to go, yeah, they finally done seen it. Now I see the light. Thank you, CNN, MSNBC. All this time, I haven't seen that Trump's been saying things literally, and I've been missing it. I was thinking it was jokes. I've been thinking they're just metaphors. I've been thinking that these are just normal common statements that people make, that you all make as well. But for some reason, when Trump says it is evil and stuff, I was thinking that this whole time. But now that y'all say he meant bloodbath literally, I see the light. I'm not supporting Trump.
He was talking about the cars and the auto industry. You just heard the speech. The president was discussing the automobile industry.
Oh, thank you, Sean, for bringing me back. Man, for a minute there, I was thinking he was talking about literal. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Whew, that was a close one. Somebody said, "Can't Major Payne, please?" Yeah, I might just bring him out. Keep messing with me. Here we go. Let's
If you have a brain and any intellectual honesty, you will admit that and acknowledge that.
But see, that's the key. That's why we're issuing the reward tonight. The award. If you got any intellectual honesty if you got a few brain cells, which all these people claim to have. See, that's why I'm able to joke about them. No, I'm not sitting back, degrading or trying to throw off on people with special needs and stuff like that. Because guess what? There are people with special needs that can understand the context that Trump was talking in. Okay, these are people who claim they're smart and intelligent. So now they get clowned, like this guy.
He sort of framed it as it'll be a bloodbath for the auto industry. And that's the plausible deniability that his strongest and most sycophantic defenders are using.
His strongest sycophantic supporters. Right now, I need you to put some bass in that voice and stop talking out your nostrils. That's what I need you to do. And I pick out the that he talk about. He tried to sort of frame it. No, he didn't try. He did. Yeah, you know what I call a frame? Is you're talking about cars in China. Before you make the statement, you make the statement, which is connected to what you were just talking about. Then you go right back to the subject. You sandwiched it right between, the subject. Never deviated from it. But he tried to put it in the frame of what these people are doing. This is sycophants and stuff.
Say this is no big deal.
In this context, I think he was talking about an economic bloodbath.
Oh, man, if Stank right there has to admit that, wow, it's bad. Stank got to come out and say, y'all might be a little off the mark on this one.
That his strongest and most sycophantic defenders are using
to say this is no big deal.
Normally, when he wants to threaten you, it's not that unclear. It's pretty clear. He'll say it in context. He'll say specifically, etc.
And his followers know we should be paying attention because he might deputize us to violence once again.
His followers know that we should be paying attention because he might deputize us again for violence. Did y'all get deputized? I'm waiting for my badge. When is Trump going to deputize me for violence? They don't even stop to think about what's coming out of their mouth. Do you understand how far-fetched and stupid this sounds? That's why he gets this. Cuckoo. That means deputize them again. So we're just walking around. Hello? Yes, this is Trump. Hey, Trump, what's up? Nothing. I just want to let you know you've been deputized for violence. I'm on it. And go out shooting, chopping, scratching and biting all in the streets because we've been deputized. Showing everybody our badge. I got the right to slap you. There it is. Been deputized. Unbelievable, but that human just said that. Speak it out of his nostrils.
Same guy who, after Nazis marched on Charlottesville and killed a woman, said there were very fine people on both sides.
Oh, God. These are lookupable, if that is a word, lookupable lies. How you going to be out there dropping some lookupable lies? You don't deserve that bald head or that beard, man. Dang on it. If you're willing to get on there and recycle that lie that we've all debunked, this is the same man that, boy. And the commentator, that's why we brought you on to say these things. Thank you.
That is one big pile of
Shite.
Both Democrats and Republicans use their opponents' words out of context. But in this case, many
lookupable. See, I done made up a Joe Biden word. Lookupable.
Experts agree. Trump critics are missing the mark.
So if you see MSNBC in this case being like, oh my God, Trump's calling for everybody's murder. Nah.
This is violence, violence, violence.
So, and yet, here they are. Yeah, thank you, Stank. Stank came out and said, if you see MSNBC saying it, nah. So we're going to close with this guy. Let's see if Stank was telling the truth about him.
When he says the word bloodbath, he knows what he's doing, whether he means an economic bloodbath or something else. In the same speech, he is endorsing political violence.
Nah. Did you see that guy right there try to go ahead and squeeze some blood out of a turnip? They've all been busted lying, and they're trying to save face and trying to now stretch out the narrative, broaden it, and try to say, well, okay, if he said, whether he's meaning political or economic, well, it doesn't matter. Because look, all the stuff we said he's been saying in the past and everything like that, That right there supports our lie. That supports our lie. Remember he had said this back then. What, that was a lie too? Okay. Well, remember he didn't denounce that he. Okay. Y'all remember he called that was a okay. So wait, almost everything we done said he said in the past has been a lie, and we're using lies to defend a lie that we just told. So therefore, we're gonna end with a rap. Oh yeah, by the Trump Fan Network. Hit it.
Fake news, I don't trust you. The mainstream media is suckers. They said the laptop was disinformation. They retracted this statement, but Joe was in the basement. I didn't say the KKK was good on both sides. That was out of context. The fake news went in line. Gen 6 told everyone to protest peacefully. You can check the tweets for me. I got the receipts on me. Didn't say that anyone should go and drink bleach. I said, never mind, sheep will still continue just believing it. They said I made fun of a reporter who's disabled. Just another fairy tale lie. What a fable. The media really loves me. They just pretend to hate me. They said that I called my wife Melania Mercedes. Mercedes is the founder of the thing that I was speaking at. The media lied because they knew you'd be believing that. They said I overfed koi fish in Japan. Must have been a slow week for fake news yet again. I think that the left is just jealous of my tan. Though for me, I know the difference between a woman and a man.
Bloodbath. Yeah, man. Vote for me because I know the difference between a woman and a man. Oh, that was beautifully put together. Yes. Well, guys, we're done. Oh, man, I enjoyed tonight exposing these folks and laughing at their stupidity. Oh, man, you know what? I just realized we didn't crown. I think that dude from MSNBC might have got the award. That right there was stupid. I don't know. The guy with the nasal voice, he was pretty bad, too. Yeah, all of them. Matter of fact, helmets for everybody. Helmets for everybody. They all special if they can't figure that out. It's crazy to me. And they still think that it's working. Now, you want to talk about insanity? They've been doing this crap since day one, and they think it's going to work. All right, this time they're going to believe us. Now, wait, so the polls keep showing that he's becoming more powerful and people are supporting him more? Well, don't worry, guys. Keep it up, because they'll eventually get it. They don't get it. They just don't get it, man. But they're going to get it. They're going to get it. What is going to be a bloodbath if they don't cheat is in November. If they don't cheat, I know I went in to vote for Ohio today, and I went right up to that lady, and she's like, it says here you're registered for the Republican ballot? Yes. Oh, okay. Give me this thing. Because I'm black? Dang, you don't think I'm... And I went straight down the board. So if us as Republicans and conservatives come out and vote down ballot, and we mess around and get that House, the Senate, and the presidency, we can do some work and get rid of our rhinos. We might have a shot. But that's what it is, man. So let's pray for that. And I'm really, really wishing that Donald Trump is able somehow to save his properties from being seized by Bigfoot up there running around, taking everybody's stuff and abusing her power. So we'll see what happens on Monday. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Somebody said greatest show on YouTube. Thank you so much. I tell you, I wish YouTube felt that way. I wish YouTube, man, I'd be sitting back, I'll tell you, if it wasn't from internal motivation and the support that I get from you guys, it would be easy to quit and stop doing this. Be like, man, it ain't even worth it. Because, I watch a lot of other YouTubers and I enjoy their stuff too. But what really kills me is sometimes I'll see certain, videos that no time was put into it. There might even be a reaction video, or they're just playing a video and just watching the video. And every once in a while, that's crazy. And yet 20, 30,000 views, and I'll drop a video out here or I'll do a live show. And I know that they're suppressing my views. I know that they're suppressing my reach. I know it. I know they're unsubscribing my subscribers, and they're doing it to discourage me. And then you look at that and you go, wow, there was a time where my views, I would be upset if I was looking at 2,000, 3,000 views. Notice these live. If you ever get a chance, go back through my stream and look at where all the live streams stop. they all stop when it comes down to the views, right around the same number. Miraculously. Hit that number and just stop, just like that. So guys, I need your help to continue to push the video out by liking the video, sharing the videos, all that stuff. All right. And, if you want to support the channel in other ways, you can do that by, buying something out of Kevin's Corner store. And also by, if you want to support the channel through my monthly fundraiser, you can do that too. The link is right below. And follow me on my alternative channel, which is Stop and Think About It. And also follow me on Rumble and all these other platforms. Don't forget, if you're out the country and you on social media somewhere, connect with me. Let me know where you're from. And, I'll make sure I log that. So if I have some questions about where you're from, I'll be able to say, hey, what's up with that? So this number right here, 330-974-4607. Text MAGA, you'll stay in the loop. With that being said, y'all, we're about to get out of here. And of course, somebody down there on the floor knows it. He knows it. He's looking up at me like, we done? We done? No, not we done. I'm done. I'm the one that makes the money here, Gizmo. Everybody act like Gizmo to start the show. Dang on it. Oh, look. And here he is. Here he is. He just jumped up on my chair. I know Gizmo. Yeah, you want a haircut? He hates them. He gives them the, oh, there's the yawn. There's the yawn. And I tell you, man, he gives them the blues every time he gets a haircut. They come, when they give him back, they be like, phew, man, we got him done. He was a handful. I'm like, is that a code word for he was horrible? He was a handful. You just don't want to say it. Like, that dog was acting a fool. And I know it. When I drop him off, I'll be trying to warn him, like, he's not going to go gently. I'm going to let you know he's a little, suffered from anxiety when it comes down there. Oh, he'll be fine. Next they be sweating. Whew, we got him done somehow. Anyway, God bless. God bless America. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Same time, same place. Same time, same place. You ready? I am. This is awesome. Yeah. Take care.